Really excited to have you here. Yay! Awesome. So welcome to my little Zoom workout space. Today we have a full body strength workout. It is a little bit more advanced. I like to provide tons of options so you can tune into your body, pick whichever option feels good for you. I know that we're kind of, the gals in the room, including myself, are more in the 30+ week range. So tune into your body. Remember that talk test, thinking about, can you continue a conversation, take a minute, take a second, take a break. How the workout's going to work, we're going to start with a warm-up. We're going to have 3 exercises per circuit, 4 circuits. The first exercise is going to be 40 seconds. Second exercise is 30, and then the third exercise is 20, just a little bit more of a cardio burst. We go one to the other, and I'll demo before you get started to the next exercise so you know what's coming. So we're just gonna get started with a warm-up. You're gonna want dumbbells, pretty much, and if you have a bench or a chair or something that you can use for an elevated surface, especially since we're a little later in pregnancy, might be a little off balance at times, you're gonna wanna grab that. Weight-wise, I have, just grab what you have. If you don't have weights, maybe grab wine bottles or whatever it is you have around the house that is a weight. So we're gonna go ahead and get started with the warm-up. Thanks so much for joining. All right, we're gonna start with that sumo squat, toes out, heels in. Sink into that squat and just go into some body rolls up. Just getting some movement through the spine. Inhale down, exhale up. Give your belly a little look. Inhale and exhale. We're gonna do 3 more. And if this feels good at any point, you just kind of go and hang and keep that neck rolled. Tuck your chin, excuse me, keep that neck looking at your belly. And last one, just gonna go into some arm swings. So I'm gonna go forward, getting some movement through the shoulders. We are gonna be doing some pressing, some bicep curls, getting a little bit of everything. So we have lower body, upper body, core, of course. Hitting every muscle in the body today and back. Just getting some movement through the shoulders and the arms. From here, we're gonna go straight to those marches, getting some movement through the hips, bringing that knee a little closer towards our chest. We're moving into marches in 3, in 2, and 1. Just standing marches. Option to add the arms in that as well. Syncing that with your breath. Using the lower abdominals to drive that knee up towards your chest. Just getting some movement through the entire body. From here, we're gonna go to step touch. Reaching across the body with our arms, side to side. Stay on your march, gonna show you what that looks like. Just step and touch, step and touch. You're gonna join me here in 3, in 2, and 1. Being in that step touch, using the back body to pull our arms towards center. Looking at the rotation in my legs, really also getting into that side glute as we rotate side to side. Side to side. We're gonna go back to that sumo squat position coming up. Focus a little bit on breath and then add some movement. We're going back to that sumo squat in about 10 seconds, side to side. This is low impact cardio. Also just getting some movement through the glutes. Getting some rotation through the body. Think about where your belly button is as you rotate. Belly button moves side to side. Going to that sumo squat in 3, in 2, and 1. Sumo squat, toes out. I want you to think about where the belly is. Inhale, relax the belly. Exhale, hug the baby up and in. Thinking about those hip bones drawing towards one another. Inhale, let the belly go. Thinking about that expansion. And exhale, draw those hip bones together. Baby comes up and in. Thinking about that drawstring from the top of your head. Up and in. Just a few more breaths. Inhale, belly expands, ribs expand out. Exhale, everything draws towards center. One last one, inhale. Exhale, hug the belly up and in. And then just go sumo squat and reach. Sumo squat and reach. I think my legs are already a little sore, and we just got started. We have a little over a minute left in our warm-up. We're just gonna go inner thigh rock, side to side. Join me here, or join me there. I'm gonna show you what that looks like. Just side to side. Meet me right here. Side to side. Just getting a little stretch to the inner thigh. You can stop at any point. This doesn't feel so good in your pelvis. And you can just do those side to side squats. Just opening up a little through the inner thighs. A little bit of cardio coming up. We're gonna go into some modified jumping jacks. If it feels good in your body, you can add the jump. But if you're at later stage pregnancy like me, keeping both feet somewhat planted. Going to those modified jacks in 3, in 2, and 1. Side to side. Just getting movement through the arms, side body. Moving side to side. We're here for another 10 seconds. Then we're just going to some body weight squats. We go in there in 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Just some body weight squats. Inhale, exhale. I like to use this chair or this box behind me as a nice guide. Inhale, exhale. Thinking about those feet grounded into the earth. We don't want to really sink into our heels or sink into our toes. Then we're walking back and forth. So we want everything nice and secure. You have 3. We're turning around facing our bench. In 2, and 1. Last thing, just some toe taps. You do not have a bench or a chair. You're just imagining it. Just going into those taps, swinging the arms. We have about 15 seconds. Then we get into our first circuit. We got 10. First circuit, a lot of lower body. We got 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Legs, biceps, and shoulders coming at you. Remember, we have 3 exercises. First one is 40 seconds, then we go to 30, then we go to 20, and we repeat it twice. I'm gonna demo the first exercise. Feel free to stop me at any point. I'm gonna monitor the chat box. If you have any questions, or just take yourself off mute. I'm gonna grab my dumbbells. First exercise, have my dumbbells at my side. I'm gonna go into that squat to curl. Notice my palms are facing one another. So we're in that squat to curl, and then, whoops, squat, curl, rack the weights, squat, and press. So starting again, you have that squat, curl, rack the weights, squat, and press up. So we have it for 40 seconds. If you do not have weights, just focus on that mind and muscle connection. Use wine bottles, whatever you have on hand. We're gonna get started, 40 seconds, in 3, in 2, and 1. You're in that squat, curl, squat, press. A couple things here, sinking into your squat, chest is up. Curl the weights on the exhale. Sink, inhale, exhale as you press those weights up. Keeping that nice neutral spine. Ribs, want to prevent those from flaring out. Keeping them right stacked over. From here, we're going to take those weights at our side and go into a little bit of a swing. Swing like you're skiing down a mountain. Swing and a press. Join me here in 3, 2, 1. Swing, swing, and a press. You can use a little momentum. Swing, swing, and a press. Awesome job. Using the glutes to power that little swing. Hinge, back, hinge, push, and press. We're right here for another 15 seconds. And then we're just gonna hold a nice squat pulse. Got 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Drop the weights. And we're just holding that squat pulse. Here for about 20 seconds. After you finish this round, you're an expert. So we have that squat curl, squat press, and that little swing and press above. Oh, you got this. You have 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Stand up, shake it out. So when we're in that squat pose, really careful. We're not bearing down on that pelvic floor. Inhales and exhales throughout. We're gonna go right back to that squat curl, squat press. Stuff we do all the time in mom life. Pick up, stand, push, do all the things. We're there. Getting started in 3, in 2, and 1. So you're in that squat to curl, rack the dumbbell, squat, exhale as you press above. Weights come down, squat, curl, squat, and press. Awesome job. Good job, mama. I know this is a tough one, but this is actually mimicking stuff I do every day with my son. Picking up probably a Lion King toy, bringing it up towards my face, and pushing it, putting it up on the top shelf. You have 3, in 2, and 1. Switching right to that swing. Side, hinge, push, hinge, rack, and give it a little push overhead. Sending the booty back, and push overhead. As you send that booty back, thinking about that hinge, that lengthening, squeeze of the glutes, up, and push overhead. This is a little bit of a combo exercise. I'm watching my garage door opener is right ahead of me, so I'm trying to make sure I don't punch in. You have about 10 seconds, then we go back to that squat hold. In 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Right to that squat hold. In that pulse, about 20 seconds. Sending those hips back, like I'm sitting back into that chair behind me. If the pulse is too much, you're in those bodyweight squats. You have 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Shake it out. Shake it out, oh my gosh. Quick sip of water, quick sip of water. We're gonna move on to the next circuit. I think I'm gonna mix up the timing a little bit so we get a little bit more rest. So we're gonna do each exercise for 40 seconds and then 20 seconds off, just so we build in a little bit more rest along the way. We're gonna start with combo exercise, sumo squat, toes out, heels in, inhale. Gonna combine this with that sumo deadlift. So for that sumo deadlift, still in that wide stance position, sending those hips back, shoulder blades roll back and down, and we're executing that exercise, squat and deadlift at the same time. Combo exercise. We're gonna do 40 seconds on, starting in 3, 2, and 1. Inhale, exhale. Inhale down, exhale up. We're adding that squat and that deadlift combination. When you're a little later in pregnancy, that wider stance is gonna allow you to make some room for baby and belly. You have about 10 seconds. Then you get a break while I demo the next exercise. You have 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Next exercise, maybe lighter weights. I know I'm gonna grab mine. You can go to that sumo squat, 1-2 pulse, and then give me a bicep curl at the top. We're starting that in 3, in 2, and 1. Give me a pulse, 2, bicep curl at the top. Thinking about grabbing something from the ground and bringing it up towards your body. Pulse, pulse, curl at the top. Pulse, pulse, already about halfway there. Pulse, pulse, up, and curl. Next exercise is a little bit more of a cardio burst. 2 options. You have 5 seconds. 4, 3, 2, 1. Weights go down. 2 options. You have that inner thigh, lateral reach, side to side. Any pelvic pain, side, and drag this foot. So side squat, a little drag in. Side squat, drag in. Working those inner thighs in 3, 2, 1. Side squat and drag, or you're in that side to side lateral lunge. Whichever one is feeling good. Feet are staying in place. Arms can go back for momentum. Breathing every time you move side to side, or side squat and drag. I'm gonna move a little because I'm on a yoga mat, and drag. Thinking about that inner thigh coming back towards center. Side squat and drag. Side squat and drag. We'll hit the other side next round. We have 3, and 2, and 1. Shake it out. We're gonna go back to the top, sumo squat plus deadlift. We're there in 3, and 2, get your weights ready, and 1. Squat and deadlift. I love the sumo deadlift variation, especially during pregnancy. You're gonna really hit a different part of the hamstring and booty, and also it's just a little bit more comfortable with the growing bump. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale. As you progress in your pregnancy, that breath is really going to be your power. You have 5 seconds. You have 3, 2, and 1. Weights go down. Shake it out. I'm going to grab a lighter set of dumbbells for that sumo squat curl, just because that curl is really going to be my limiting factor there with the weight. So we're going to go in 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. I do that pulse, pulse, bicep curl at the top. And bicep curl at the top. With that bicep curl, you should think about that muscle lengthening and contracting, keeping those elbows at your side so we're not swinging the weight. Allowing that bicep curl to happen naturally. You got about 5 seconds. Shoulders back. You have 3, and 2, and 1. So now we're going to hit those inner thighs again. And if you did the foot drag, you're going to hit the other side. You have about 10 seconds for that break. Water, whatever it is you want to do during that time off. We have 3, 2, 1. Side squat and drag. Remember your other option? Lateral lunges, side to side. I have some pelvic pain sometimes, so this is my option. Just so I'm not opening up your center quite as wide. Coming up next, we're going to do a little bit more upper body. Give your squats, your deadlifts, a little bit of a break. And I probably want your lighter set of dumbbells, because we have some tricep work. I'll give you the option to incorporate a lower body component. You have 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. I'm going to clear my bench so I have some space. I'm going to find that chair, and we're going to do some overhead tricep extensions. So we just worked the biceps, now we're going to work the other side of the triceps. You can use 1 dumbbell or 2. You'll know it might be a little bit too heavy if you feel yourself arching through your spine, anything in your low back. So you can take that one dumbbell, let's say, and you go into 1, 2, 3 tricep extensions, then bring the dumbbell right through the center, and then just stand. Back. And what we're doing is we're just providing a little bit more support for your lower half, giving you the opportunity to really focus on those triceps, and then also focus on that standing from a surface, which is really important in pregnancy. You can just sit and do the tricep extension if that's what you're feeling today. So we're gonna get started in those extensions in 3, in 2, and 1. Choose a weight you can control. We do that 1, 2, 3. Bring towards center. Inhale. Exhale. Then I descend into my squat, onto the bench. 1, 2, and 3. Heart. I bring that dumbbell towards my heart center. Up and down. If I wanted to maybe up the weight, I can do 2. We just want to watch that arch. I'm trying to keep those ribs down. Back to center and stand. Sit back. Almost there, mamas. You have about 5 seconds to go. In 3, 2, 1. Grabbing those weights, next exercise. Inhale, exhale, hinge, send that booty back. You're going into an underhand row. Squeezing through that upper back. The underhand version gets a little bit more bicep. We're there in 3, 2, 1. So you can take this as a wide stance, or as the belly gets bigger, taking a little bit more of a staggered stance. It's just going to give you a little bit more support through center. Inhale, exhale. Stare at something on the ground in front of you. So in this round, we're hitting triceps, some back, and we're going to do that chair tap one more time that we did in our warm-up. You have about 10 seconds to go. Feel that squeeze at the top. You have 3, 2, 1. Weights go down. Make sure we're not going to hit them on our tap, and you're just doing that tap, tap, tap. We do earlier in pregnancy. You can add that step up. I'm going to keep it down low. There in 3, 2, 1. Just in those taps, add your arms with a little bit of intensity. If you are earlier in your pregnancy, you can add that step up, alternating. Or if it just feels good, you can do that step up too. Remember, if you do not have a bench, you're just tapping, 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 right in front of you. At this stage in my pregnancy, this is a ton of work. So I got the belly, I'm at 35 weeks, inching towards the finish line. You're less than 10. In 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Awesome job. We're back to those tricep extensions. Seated on the bench. This is just a little bit more support. After this round, we head to the floor. You're there in 3, 2, 1. So you have those 3 tricep extensions. 1, 2, 3. Come back towards center and rise and stand. Also thinking, if we're up for it, maybe add that first circuit one more time as a little bonus round. This is my timing experimentation. It's probably not the best round. You know, we live and learn as we teach. And especially with being 35 weeks pregnant, you need to build in that rest time. You got about 5 seconds to go. You have 3, in 2, and 1. I'm just gonna finish this rep because it's already behind my head. Put the weights on my side as I stand, and we're gonna go to that underhand grip row one more time. You have 3, 2, and 1. I'm in this staggered stance. I find it to be a little bit more supportive through my core. Remember, we're in that hinge position. We don't want to feel it in our low back. Remember that inhale, exhale, hug the belly in. On that hug, it's not necessarily about bringing belly button to spine, it's more of a hug. Inhale. Thinking about drawing those hip bones together and the lower abdominals, those deep abdominals, driving some support. You have about 5 seconds. In 3, 2, 1. Weights go down. We get ready for those steps. About 10 seconds to shake it out. Give yourself a little upper body stretch if you need it. We're there in 3, 2, 1. Steps, steps. So from here, we're going to go down to the ground. And then I might add bonus round for our first circuit. Don't mind the noise in the background. Always seem to do this when trash is coming to pick up. You have about 20 seconds to go. Option to do those step ups. If that feels good through the pelvis and in your body. You can have that slight lean so we don't wind up arching through our low back. We have 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Get a quick sip of water. On the ground, we're going to go into a glute bridge with a chest press. So glute bridge with a chest press. I'm going to grab maybe a little heavier weight here because I have those pectorals, those chest muscles that are pretty strong. I'm going to come from my side onto my back. So you don't really want to lower ourselves. This is a better option for pregnancy. So I'm going to give you a sec to kind of get yourself situated with your dumbbells and have them right above your sternum, right at the brow line. And that inhale, exhale for that chest press. So we're going to have that glute bridge on the inhale, or on the exhale, excuse me. Inhale, exhale. So 2 things happening here. Thinking about what our glutes are doing and what our lower back is doing and our chest. We're going to start here in 3, in 2, and 1. Inhale, exhale and squeeze. Inhale, exhale. When we feeling this through our glutes, if we feel like it's just in our hamstrings, and I want you to inch your feet or your ankles a little closer towards the glutes. Inhale, exhale. Feeling that lengthening and contraction of those chest muscles. Inhale, exhale. We like to train the back a lot in pregnancy, and we often forget about the chest. But we have to think about a nice, balanced body. We have about 10 seconds. And we're going to go to that sideline leg lift. Just rolling onto our side in 3, in 2, and 1. Weights go down sleepily. And we just roll onto our side. We're going to go into that side leg lift. If you have a light dumbbell, you can place that on your thigh if you'd like. Or you can just keep your body weight only. Figure out which option is best for you. You can have your hand. We're there in 3, 2, 1. Just that leg lift. Top foot is flexed. Hips are right on top of one another. Not rolled back or too far forward. Just working that side glute. We're going to hit the other side next round. So don't worry about that other side right now. Don't worry, we will get it. Doing awesome. Ooh, my timer just stopped. No, don't lose the timer. Awesome job. You have about 10 seconds left on this side. In 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. I'm going to press up. Just to get on my hands and knees, I'm going to move my weight out of the way. For this next exercise, we're going to stand up from the ground up. So I'm going to go one leg, squat, and stand. And then get down safely, hip back, continuing to switch sides. So we're really focusing on that from ground up, level changes, which are really important in mom life because you're going to grab the baby and have to be able to stand back up. So that's what we're going to focus on for the next 40 seconds, alternating legs each time. We're there in 3, 2, 1. I'm going to go right, left leg goes down. Now I lead with my left. Switching each time, sometimes hard to remember. You can do this body weight only. If you want to add a weight, you can. But if you're later stage pregnancy like myself, I have that extra 20-25 pounds in my body, so that is weight enough for right now. We've got about 10 seconds left. Imagine picking up the baby, standing up. You have 3, and 2, and 1. Awesome job. And we're gonna hit that glute bridge to chest press one more time, and we'll do the side leg lift on the other side. So I'm gonna just turn myself around so I'm set and ready to go. Roll onto my side, onto my back. I'm gonna grab my dumbbells. Make sure they are in a good spot. Get my timer ready, and we are ready for 40 seconds. In 3, 2, 1. Inhale down. Glute bridge at the top. Getting a little bit of the glutes, the core, making sure that upper back stays on the ground. Inhale, exhale. Thinking about those elbows hovering right above the ground. So we don't want them to jump down, we want them to hover just above and bring them, my dumbbells kind of right in line with my brow line so we protect our shoulders. Inhale, exhale. You have about 10 seconds left. You have 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Safely move your dumbbells off to the side, roll onto your side with those side leg lifts. We're starting in 3, in 2, and 1. Just that opposite leg, foot is flexed, just to keep everything nice and aligned. Keeping those hips nice and stacked one right over the other. Awesome job. You have about 20 seconds to go. At this point, even if it's body weight, you should really start to feel this side glute working. In about a little less than 10 seconds. You have 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Whew. So then you're gonna push yourself up, and we're gonna go into those stand again. Same thing. Pick which leg you lead with. Up to you. We're there in 3, in 2, and 1. And then down to the same leg. Just practicing for mom life here. If I wanted to, I could pull the dumbbell, bring it at heart center, thinking about holding the baby as I stand. A little bit more realistic too is curling up, stand, and up. Lots of variations here. This is one of those foundational functional movements. Down we go. You drop the weight. You have about 5 seconds. In 3, in 2, and 1. Move the weight out of your way. We're just gonna go into a little bit of core exercises. Then I'll leave it up to you if you want to do another round of the front or the first round, but we respect your time and see how much energy. So we're going to go into that fire hydrant. So you're on all fours, shoulders over wrists. Inhale, exhale to pull belly up and in. And we're just going to the side on those fire hydrants. Really small movements. Couple options here. You feel in your low back. Drop down to your forearms. Just get that. We'll take to that in your lower back. Really focuses on that fire hydrant. From here, we're going to do a kick up towards the sky. Same side. You have 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Just kick up towards the sky. Foot is flexed. Give the ceiling above a high 5. Awesome job. Just getting a little bit of core and glutes here to finish things off. Goal here is to also keep those hips squared towards the ground below. So think hips squared, hips squared. You have less than 10. In 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Shake it out. We're going to hit the other side. Fire hydrants and kick-ups. Then we're going to push back, do a little stretching, and I'll leave it up to you if you want to do that first round before we get there. We're going into that fire hydrant in 3, and 2, and 1. If you wanted to, you could add weight to this. But I really want you to just focus on the movement. Whether or not you're on all fours or on your forearms, you keep up those hips nice and square. Your core is really working to keep you square. Also an option, put your hand on some dumbbells for a little wrist support and to bring yourself a little higher off the ground. My left leg is working, so I find that I press into my left hand a little bit just for some stabilization. You have less than 10. In 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Just going right to that kick up. Foot is flexed. Watch that arch through your low spine. Awesome job, Mama. This is it. After this, you push back to child's pose. Go into a little bit of breath work and a close out. Got less than 10. Awesome job. Just check in the chat. We have 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Just push back to a child's pose or a comfortable seated position. If the child's pose does not feel great with the pelvis. Option to clasp those hands. Bring them towards the back of your neck. For a little tricep stretch, since I know we work those triceps. Push yourself up, and you're going to a few cat-cows. Inhale, relax. Exhale, round through your spine. Feeling a little bit of release through the shoulders and the upper back. So inhale, sending your energy up into your upper back. Feel that separation. Nice release. Inhale down. And exhale. We're going to go into a quick figure 4 stretch. So sitting down or seated, you can go into that figure 4 to feel that outside hip. I know we worked a little bit of that outer glute as well as a lot of squats. We're running through a few different stretches, but as always, please continue your stretching even after we finish, just so that you can get that full body release. Static stretching is great after the workout, after the muscles have already been worked. But at the beginning, we try and do a little bit more mobility and kind of active movement to prepare us for what we have coming up. From here, I encourage you to find a comfortable seated position, side lying, laying on your back if that's still comfortable to you, or even seated. Just a couple quick breaths and closing thoughts before we end today. So if you are seated or wherever you choose to be that's comfortable to you, In pregnancy, understanding how to breathe is one of the biggest things you can do, not only for your core, but also to set yourself up for postpartum recovery. It's also really helpful for helping to minimize discomforts. I know that as you progress in your pregnancy, it gets a little harder to breathe as the baby pushes up into your rib cage and gives you some punches and kicks throughout the day. So as you move and as you just exercise and do things throughout the day, I want you to think about that inhale breath, and letting the belly, the back body expand, kind of like an umbrella. So you're going to imagine that inhale, belly expands, rib cage expands, thinking about that expansion and that 360 breath. So I want you to close your eyes, and wherever you are, placing your hands around, kind of around your rib cage, even maybe one on your rib cage, one on your belly, and just thinking about that inhale breath, that full expansion, as opposed to inhaling and feeling our chest move and the belly draw in. We want to inhale and feel that expansion. And on that inhale, think of your pelvic floor. The pelvic floor sits deep in your pelvis. It's kind of like a hammock of muscles that support all of your organs from down below. And so on that inhale breath, I want you to just think about relaxing your pelvic floor. So those muscles that might help hold back pee if you had to go really bad, or hold back urine or poop. You want to just think about relaxing those. So inhale, relax, belly expands. Exhale, everything falls back towards center. Don't worry about the pelvic floor contraction right now. Just think about that. Inhale, release, and lengthen. Exhale, everything falls back through center. So I'm going to be quiet so you can take like 3 more big breaths. I'll join you. And as you breathe, if there are any sticky parts, like you feel like it's really hard for you to breathe into your right side body, I want you to send the energy into that hand or into that side of your body, wherever your hand is, just to kind of get some movement to that part. Think about visually doing it and practice. So breath work is going to be super important as you prepare for labor and just setting yourself up for a more comfortable pregnancy. I'm here if you have any questions. I wanted to leave you with one closing thought, is that I know that in my own pregnancy through COVID, it's been a little bit of a challenge because I had all these mom groups and support networks in my first pregnancy. So I just want you to encourage and emphasize patience with yourself, with your partner, and with the whole experience, knowing that this is a really small glimpse of time, and once the baby arrives, it's going to be so amazing, and you're birthing this life. So just thinking about patience as your pregnancy continues, as things change in the world, and knowing that there are mamas to be out there that are here to support you. So if you ever are looking for a little bit more support or want some direction as to where to look, feel free to message me, and I'm happy to direct you. As a mom to be myself and a mom of a 2-year-old, I also am looking for that same support too. So I always like hearing from people. So that's kind of it for what we have for today. If you're interested in getting that breakdown of the workout, I can send that to you separately too. I'm going to take and end this recording, but let me know if you have any questions or want to say hi. I'm going to pause.